Alright, I'm going to tie my version of a Scud, and I'm starting off with a size 10 Scud hook in the vise, and I'm going to add some weight to this. I'm just going to take some wraps here of my lead, and break off the extra, position it about in the middle. And the thread that I'm going to use is an 8/0 tan. And so I'll just take some wraps here in front, I'll reach all the way behind, put a thread dam behind that, and then I'll take my turns through the body of that. The back material that I'm going to use, and you've got some options for what you'd like here. For me, I've used tubing. They make a stretch back for Scuds. I'm going to use, in this case, an transparent olive flashback. And I like this because it lets the color of the body material come through, but still give it a little extra color and shine. So I'm just going to take about a 1/4 inch section off of here, and I'm going to cut one end into a V so that I can tie it in. And so just work that down and wrap it back up, and you can see, take a once over to make sure that it's down far enough when it bends over. The rib I'm going to use is a 3X tippet, but I tie these in some different varieties too. I'll use a fine lead wire in different colors, usually bright colors, chartreuse, pink, etc., to give it some more pop from the rib. I'll advance my thread back up to about the point in the hook, and here I can start to dub in my body. I'm going to use an Ice Dub UV Tan, and typically when I dub any type of body, I want to have real nice tight dubbing noodle. And in this case, because I want it to be real leggy, I'm going to put it on tight enough so that I can have control over it. But what I don't want to do is get it too tight that it loses some of that leggy effect. You can come back through and pick this out later, which we will. But when I put it on, I'll try to leave it somewhat buggy. And one more down and back. Alright, now I'm going to put in just a little bit of a hot spot here. So I've got some fluorescent pink dub. I'm just going to take a small pinch of that. I'm going to put that on the thread here, and I'm just going to dub in a little hot spot. Alright, then I can come back through and finish off the front of the fly with some of my tan. If you're one that likes to blend, make your own blend, and you're doing like a freshwater shrimp, these two colors blended together look real nice as well. Alright, so now what I'll do is I'll fold over my Scud back, or my flash back here, and I'm just going to pinch that on either side so I can take one wrap and kind of hold it. I'm not going to pull this real tight, because what will happen is I want to slide off to one side or another. So once I have it situated right where I want it, then I'll take my rib through. And for this, I'm going to take one wrap behind, and then I'll wiggle just a little bit to get through the dubbing. And I'm making my a hard pull when I get to the top. So just trying to wiggle through some of that leg and pull it down. And one more, and then I'll wrap it back up to the top. I'll pull everything back and just tie in it, and then I can come back through and snip off the excess, and then I'll put a couple of whip finishes in. And then I'll trim that. And now I'm going to come back through and I'm going to pick this out. And what I do is I try to work in between the sections of the ribbing. I'll pick out some of that hot spot that we made. And my thought with Scuds is the more you can pick it out, the better. And what I like about the UV ice dub is it's it has a lot of strands, and so it makes it easier to pick out and have that volume. If you get some that are a little bit lengthy, I'm just going to trim them off at length there. Alright, and now the final touch to this is try to pull everything down, and then I'm going to come back through with some Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails, and I coat all my Scuds to make them more durable. But also when you add this head cement or whatever you want to use, I think it brings out some of the colors too, especially in that olive flashback. This again, I don't mind if it drips over the side and gets off the flashback and onto some of the dubbing. So that'll help hold it in place and help hold everything down. And I'll just make sure that it didn't close the eye here. Clean it out. And there it is. That's my Scud pattern. You can see what it looks like on the top with that green underneath, upside down, just a real buggy Scud.